Today, I'm going to explain, in a way that even complete beginners can understand at a glance, the Japanese publication called Kaisha Shikiho, or Company Quarterly, which is said to have been the trigger that led Warren Buffett to buy Japanese trading company stocks. Please note, this video is not investment advice. It is information seiri, organization. Final decisions are your own responsibility. All right, let's get started. First, the conclusion. Answer first. Here's the conclusion. Kaisha Shikiho is a handbook of Japan's listed companies published by Toyo Keizai Inc. It is updated quarterly, and it allows you to compare listed companies side by side in a standardized format. And Buffett reportedly said at a shareholder meeting that he read a small English Shikiho handbook, something like the Japan Company Handbook, and that's how he realized Japan's 5 major trading companies looked extremely undervalued. Also, even if you live overseas, there are multiple ways to get it, including paper, digital, and web, Shikiho Online. 2. A quick request. Likes, subscription, blog, comments. If you thought, oh, so that's what Shikiho is, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. I'll keep sharing easy-to-understand information that helps you make fewer mistakes in Japanese stock investing. Also, I'll put a URL to a blog article in the description where you can check even more details. If you want to review the steps after watching, please take a look there too. Finally, in the comments, please share your experiences like, I found a hidden gem using Shikiho, or this is how I use Shikiho. Sharing real experiences helps everyone learn faster. Now let's get into the main topic. 3. What is Kaisha Shikiho for? In one sentence, Kaisha Shikiho is a book you can carry around like a paper stock screener for Japanese stocks. Japan has thousands of listed companies. Realistically, ordinary investors can't read every earnings report. So Shikiho helps by having its editorial team interview companies and present information such as business characteristics, earnings outlook or forecasts, financials, and shareholder returns, all in the same standardized format. In other words, it's a tool that helps you quickly find which companies are worth reading first. 4. The relationship between Buffett and Shikiho. This part is often misunderstood. In reports, the small handbook containing about 2,000 to 3,000 Japanese companies that Buffett mentioned is explained as the English Shikiho, Japan Company Handbook, that was on his desk. And within it, he found the 5 companies, Itochu, Marubeni, Mitsubishi Corporation, Mitsui & Co., and Sumitomo Corporation selling at ridiculously low prices, and he accumulated shares over about a year, according to the gist of what he said. The key point is this. What Buffett is often described as having read is not the thick Japanese language domestic Shikiho you see in Japanese bookstores, but rather an English-readable Shikiho-style handbook. 5. What are Sogo Shosha, Japanese trading companies, anyway? This is the first stumbling block for many foreign investors. Japan's major trading companies are not just trading firms. For example, they often have resource and energy interests like mines, LNG, distribution of food, chemicals, metals, machinery, business investments, equity method profits can be large, infrastructure, finance, logistics, and renewable energy, and more. So they're closer to something like a bundle of investments, plus operating companies, plus commercial flows across many industries. That's exactly why a standardized format like Shikiho is valuable. You can quickly compare 1. Where they earn, 2. Profit sources, 3. Resiliency to the cycle, and 4. Dividend policy. 6. What you can learn specifically from Kaisha Shikiho. Shikiho is essentially a company directory for investors. It compiles information you can't see from stock prices alone. Broadly, it includes 6.1. The business itself, business model, what the company earns money from, its strengths, its corporate DNA such as key customers, group structure, and overseas ratio. 2. Earnings past and earnings forecasts, future, trends in sales and profits, and importantly, it includes 2-year forecasts, this year and next. For beginners, it's better to focus on the direction than the absolute numbers. 6.3. Financials and safety. Is debt heavy? Is cash thick? This gives a rough idea of durability. 6.4. Shareholder returns, dividends, and buybacks. Estimated dividends, approximate dividend yield, and recently, total shareholder return, dividends plus buybacks, is also a major focus. 6.5. Japan-specific signals. Shareholder structure, parent-subsidiary listings, the feel of policy cross-shareholdings, these Japan-specific quirks also become easier to see. 6.6. A micro-dictionary. Just learn the headings first. Because Shikiho is in Japanese, learning the headings first makes it much easier to read. Tokushoku, company summary, Renketsu Jigyo, which businesses earn, Gyoseki, sales profit trends, Yoso, forecasts for this year and next, Haito, dividend estimates, Kabunushi, major shareholders, Setsubi Toshi, investment burden, Yudishi Fusai, interest-bearing debt. Just repeating heading to numbers to one-sentence summary is enough for initial screening. 7. Tips on how to use it. Steps that won't confuse English speakers. Let's keep this part short. The correct way to use Shikiho is as a tool to narrow down candidates. 5 steps. First, split by industry. Start with industries you can actually understand. Trading companies are generally categorized as wholesale in Japan. Second, read the business summary and grasp the company in 1 minute. If you can't explain how this company makes money, set it aside. Third, check the direction of the 2-year forecast. Is it going to grow or decline? Focus on direction. Fourth, use dividends and financials to avoid fatal flaws. A high dividend isn't worth it if debt is too heavy. Fifth, only at the end use valuation metrics to shortlist expensive versus cheap. This is where you finally check PER or PBR, then confirm with IR materials and earnings presentations. 8. The 10-second check right after reading Shikiho. Here's a super simple beginner check. Did you understand the business summary? Is the forecast up, flat, or down? Does the dividend look sustainable? If even one is a red flag, move to the next name. The best Shikiho skill is discard fast. 9. Can you buy it from overseas? Where can you buy it when visiting Japan? There are 4 recommended routes from overseas. First, read it on the web, Shikiho online. You can use it from overseas. Second, buy the paper edition on Amazon Japan. Depending on the country, international shipping may be available. Third, subscribe via overseas Kinokuniya. In some countries, it appears in Kinokuniya's subscription lists. Fourth, use a forwarding service. This is the last resort when overseas shipping is difficult. And if you're visiting Japan, here are the easiest places. Large bookstores, Kinokuniya, Marzan Junkudo, TSYA, large station or airport bookstores, electronic stores with book sections, some locations. 10. What's the status of the English edition, Japan Company Handbook, now? The English edition is a series that provides Shikiho information in a format that's easier for overseas investors to read. However, there is guidance that the paper English edition has been discontinued, while other information suggests the digital edition continues, and product pages still exist, so formats may change. So when searching from overseas, it's safest to use multiple keywords such as English Shikiho, Japan Company Handbook, or Kaisha Shikiho. 11. Unwritten local bookstore rules. Finally, here are key points to avoid awkward moments in Japanese bookstores. Keep standing reading short and don't block aisles. Don't break shrink wrap. Don't photograph pages. Put it back on the same shelf in the same orientation. Queue quietly at the register. If you want a book cover, it's okay to ask. Avoid sticking sticky notes on items before purchase. If you follow these, you'll almost never have a problem. 12. Summary. To summarize, Kaisha Shikiho is a map for narrowing down which Japanese companies are worth reading deeply. Even Buffett-level investors reportedly start by picking cheap candidates from a handbook, then deepen understanding over time. If you follow the same flow, Shikiho, paper or online, to IR materials, then earnings presentations, you can reduce wasted time and rapidly improve your understanding. If this video was helpful, please like and subscribe. And please check the blog URL in the description as well. Finally, tell us in the comments how you use Shikiho or what you found with it. See you in the next video.